Ever get that feeling, kind of like you're scrolling through someone's socials and it's like you're putting together a puzzle, you know?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Like you're piecing together clues, trying to figure out who they really are.
Exactly. And that's what we're doing today, basically playing digital detective. We're diving deep into the online world of, well, this week, it's Mojo Yates.
Fun. Always interesting to peek behind the digital curtain.
Right. And our evidence. All clues are pulled straight from their X account. Public stuff, but still, so much to unpack. So, ready to put on our detective hats.
Let's crack this case wide open.
All right, first things first. The profile. Like, that's page 1 of our digital dossier, right? So, Mojo Yates, I don't know about you, but that name already has me curious.
Yeah, Mojo Yates. It's not your average name. Feels kind of playful, right? And that alone tells you something. It's like they're not just putting their legal name out there. It's calculated, you know.
Ooh, deliberate.
Exactly. This is a crafted persona. Points to someone who's thought about how they want to be perceived online.
Which, fair enough, everyone does to some extent. Okay, but then there's this. They've got their OpenSea linked right in their bio. That's not your average link in bio situation, is it?
No, not at all. If you're not familiar, OpenSea, it's like the biggest online marketplace for NFTs. So right off the bat, we're seeing, okay, digital art, NFTs, that's their thing.
And they want people to know it. Not even just know it, to find it.
Yeah, it's a signal, right? Like, this is me, this is what I do, come check it out.
Okay, so we've got Mojo Yates, possible pseudonym, into digital art. And they've even put their location as Hamburg, Germany. Does location even matter in the digital world?
It can, actually. Think about it. Hamburg's got that whole vibe, like,
Oh.
edgy art scene, industrial, but cool. Could
Mhm.
definitely influence an artist's work, their whole aesthetic, even if they're mostly online.
Right, like the city itself becomes part of their brand almost.
Exactly.
See, this is what I love. These little details can tell you so much.
Yeah.
Okay, let's dive into the actual content then. One post that caught my eye, it was in German, just said, Ich einfach unverbesserlich, which, by the way, means I'm just incorrigible.
I love that.
Right. Tells you something about their personality.
It's cheeky, Yeah. And tweeting in German, that's interesting too. Could be for a very specific audience, maybe other German-speaking NFT artists.
Mhm.
Or they just like the language.
Yeah.
Either way, adds another dimension, don't you think?
Definitely. Okay, but then, and this is what I find so interesting, you've got this playful, incorrigible side, but then they've also got posts about, like, being scam aware in the NFT space. A bit of a contrast.
Totally. And it speaks to the reality of that world. NFTs, blockchain, it's still kind of like the Wild West out there.
Yeah.
Lots of potential, but also, yeah, there's going to be scams, people try and take advantage.
So maybe incorrigible, but also, smart, cautious.
Right. They're not naive. They're in the thick of it, aware of the risks, which honestly makes them more interesting in my book.
This is so cool. Like, from just these little snippets, we're building a whole picture of this person.
I know. It's like digital detective work for real.
So let's recap, right? Based on the evidence, what's our profile on Mojo Yates?
Okay, so likely an artist based in Germany working in the NFT space clearly understands the power of a curated online presence. They're playful, a little mischievous even, but also savvy, aware of the risks involved.
It really makes you think, though, right, about your own online self. Like, if someone were scrolling through your posts, what would they think? What story are you telling?
Right. What clues would they pick up on? It's a good question to ask yourself. We're all curators, in a way. And those choices we make, even small ones, they add up to the bigger picture.
Love that. A little digital self-reflection never hurt anyone. Well, on that note, huge thanks to you, as always, for joining me on this deep dive. It's been a fascinating one.
Anytime.
And for everyone listening, thanks for joining us. Catch you next time for another deep dive.